Icon Theater. I'm lucky enough to be your host tonight, Doug Sidney. We are on our Florida Junk sponsor red carpet, evening side of day 11 of 11, which means it's closing night, and we have saved some amazing programming for our closing night. I'm lucky enough to be joined by filmmaker Kurt Voelker, whose film The Bachelors is part of tonight's programming. Kurt, it's so great to have you in. Thank you for flying in, supporting your film. This is such an amazing story about two characters who are both going on a journey about a similar experience together. Obviously, they're family together. You tell it in such a compelling way. Talk to us first about landing the cast that you did, because I know that at one point you had a great surprise. Your lead actor said yes right away. He wanted to do it. And then there was a challenge in finding the supporting cast for him. So talk to us about putting that cast together.
Well, getting J.K. Simmons was really the linchpin, really the key. We were fortunate enough to be able to get the script to his agent. His agent read it. He read it, said he wanted to do it, and once that happened, that was really a catalyst, and really sort of legitimized the project and gave us a lot of street cred right away, because he's who he is. It wouldn't have been hard to find other cast members after that. It was just hard to find the right ones, and in particular, the young people. There's a role for a teenage boy and a teenage girl, and so we just had to work tremendously hard to find the right people. We ended up with Josh Wiggins and Ardea Rush, and we're very, very happy with their performances. And Julie Delpy was another one, really a wish and a dream come true that we were able to get her. Kevin Dunn, same thing. Always wanted to work with him, so we just ended up being really blessed with the cast that we got.
It is, and they do such a wonderful job. Now, talk to us about the subject matter, because you took the challenge on yourself because you wanted to discuss and reveal grief in a unique way that you felt hadn't been done on film before. Talk to us about that and about how successful you feel, the different way that you were able to bring that to the screen for your audience.
Well, grief has always been interesting to me because it's not something that's talked about very much, and it's actually something that has a tremendously powerful effect on people, not only emotionally but mentally and physically. And it's just not something that's very discussed in our sort of Western medicine-oriented society. So I've always been fascinated with it by that reason. You hear about someone. A man dies, and 2 weeks later his wife dies. You hear those stories all the time. There's a reason for that. It has a really seismic impact on relationships and on people. So I wanted to explore that, and my mandate to myself was just trying to be as honest and real and sort of naked as we could, and hope that came across, and that we could produce an intimate, honest story in doing so. So the fact that it seems to have worked is just, in a way, good fortune.
Right.
Because you never know with any project, and particularly one like this, you can never be quite sure as you're getting into it if it's actually going to work. You don't really know until you've completed it.
Right. The story was also very close to you and your producing partner, because you wanted to explore it in that unique way, but at the same time too, this was a partnership that you two have had together for over 20 years, and there was that grief experience in his life that I'm sure shaped your writing. Can you talk about the impact of that?
Well, that was, I can't speak for Matt Baer, the producer you're talking about, but I know that his grief experience in terms of losing his parents was extremely powerful, and had a lot to do with his attraction to the material. I've been through some grief. I lost my best friend when I was younger. It touches everybody one way or the other, and as a writer, your life experiences shape and influence what you do, whether you're thinking about it consciously or not. So I think it's just a subject we were both attracted to, and I just tried, again, to approach it as sincerely and honestly as I could.
To touch more on your writing ability, you talk about grief in the film in two ends of the life spectrum for your main character, J.K. Simmons, and his age and experience in life. And also, you've really been able to tap in not only the grief experience for younger adolescents, but you really tell a very true portrait of that stage of life. Talk to us about putting that together and how compelling it came out to be.
One of the most influential filmmakers for me in my life was John Hughes, and the way I think what he did so well is he just dealt with teenagers honestly and frankly, and avoided cliches and tried to just deal with real characters. And so I always admired that, and always looked forward to the opportunity to try and portray teenagers as people, not as cliches or archetypes. And so this was an opportunity for me to portray kids in as honest a way as possible, and I really enjoyed doing that, and having good actors makes that even easier, made that more successful, I think.
We can't be more happy to have him here supporting the film tonight. It's called The Bachelors. Kurt Voelker, he's traveled in from out of town to support the film. It's part of our closing night programming here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. We're going to be back here on our Mevo live stream on our Florida Junk sponsor Red Carpet. Thank you so much for joining us. See The Bachelors.